I was supposed to be on like 2 hours ago. I got sidetracked like a motherfucker. I don't know why my cam on right now. Just figured I'd show off this sexy face. I'm just joking. It's not really that sexy. It's just a face. Just another face. We're just gonna do some basic house building and shit. Just a couple houses. Probably only be on for like an hour-ish. But yeah, so here we are. I got caught up doom scrolling. I'm not sure how long my cam's gonna stay on. Oh, dude. I love the smell of tattoos. So addictive. Oh, wait, we can do like a little foyer thing with this house. Oh god, why is that the foyer? I'm just using a preset that's already in Zomboid. No. Actually, what we're gonna do is we're gonna do like a little kitchen on the side here. Like that. Totally not gonna be like this. This is in game? No, this is on a separate map editor for Zomboid. Using Tile Ed and World Ed. I'll think of it like... But you can port it into game, actually. Let's port it over to 42. Granted, I'm not doing any work in 42 right now because the official editor is not in 42. It's still in 41, so... Oh my god, OBS, are we really doing this again today? Oh, you just bought the game and still learning? Oh. Take it slow. Don't rush your character into things. Actually, you know what? No, this is a bad setup, because what's going to end up happening is we're not going to have any room for the door. Well, I guess we could just do like a door frame there and then put the stairs here. Oh yeah, we're not going to do that. This is just how, like, if you use custom maps, or if you ever install like a modded map, this is how like those are made. Use a darker stair. My inside's not going to look like this when I'm done. Oh wait, no, you know what? What's nice about the editor, though, is that you can put stairs right against the wall, and that gives us way more walking room there. And then we can keep the door away from the actual staircase. So we're going to use no door frames, or no door. We're just going to put a frame in. I think it's going to be this one here because it's fancier. And then, yeah, we are going to extend on the dining room by a tile. We'll figure it out. And then doors. No, we don't want that door. We want that. Actually, I'm gonna message. Yes, but you can also increase your length. But death is the inevitable outcome of your character. Which is why, like, it really teaches you to be patient. And that's what I really love about Zomboid, is that it's like a game of patience. Like, you're not going to go in and be able to survive, you know, a year or two right off the bat. It takes time, thousands of hours. I mean, the first time I had a month on just normal difficulty settings without actually altering anything, I think it took me almost, like, I'd say roughly about 600 hours before I actually was able to make it out my first month just on apocalypse settings in general. Like, and even now, like, I have 3,792.4. It's not so much that they decay. Nature just starts to take over through, but roads will start getting cracks in them over time. You'll start getting grass growing through the asphalt, and, like, the buildings themselves won't actually decay down, but you'll start getting vines growing on them. I don't know if dirt gets added over time. I never really paid attention, but I don't think it does. You got 3 hours. Oh, trust me. You'll look next time and it'll be like 300, and then it'll be like 700, and then next thing you know, you're hitting 4 figures. It is a beefy game. And once you're hooked, it's hard to get out of it. Actually, we're going to do a fancy front door. There's a glass one there that we can use. Ba-bam. Actually, and what we can do is this. No, this needs to be add floor above. Actually, what we're going to do here is we're going to put a bedroom. See, I don't like one tile walkways though. Why don't we do this? What if we do like that, and then we do like a little extension out here? We put like a bathroom here instead. Or no. We do like a bedroom here. Is there a hallway? Yes, there is. Can we do like another bathroom here? Do you want to take a guess on how long it took me to make all this? I gave you a hint. You already said one number. Just a different time unit. Max 1 month? Not even close. 3 years. Oops, that's not what I wanted. We're gonna go vertical, and then that should be, oops. I gotta go floor above. This will look better after I get done doing the walls and whatnot. The thing is every building is individually designed. Everything's placed in one tile at a time, except for, like, obviously, like, the roof and stuff you can just drag. Every building in this... There's no duplicate buildings. Each house you enter will be different. There's 200 buildings in this. Some townhouses, which count as one building entirely, even though each individual townhouse is hand-touched. Now, what version of the game are you playing on? The most recent version, 42's unstable, or are you playing on 41? Because I almost recommend anyone starting with Zomboid to start off with 41, because it's a lot easier to learn that version and then switch over to 42, which is a bigger hassle with food and everything else. I also highly recommend when you're actually starting to play the game to play on Sandbox. Because then you can alter some of the settings and get kind of used to some settings and then start implementing those other settings that you either disabled or numbed down and then start implementing them in full. Because that's how I started off, was by making... First of all, make the game slightly easier for you. Turn off... or make it so that it spreads only through saliva, which means that if you get scratched or lacerated, you're fine. You're not gonna turn. It's only bites that will affect, which bites happen majority of the time anyway, so you're just decreasing the chances of any type of attack being an infection attack. You're on 42. I would almost downgrade to 41. It just plays a lot smoother for newer people, just because you don't, like, for instance, food in 42 is a lot harder to deal with, and that's a big focus of 42 when you're playing, if you're playing with nutrition on. I will always recommend turning nutrition off until you get used to the core mechanics of the game before food comes in. However, it is actually detrimental to eventually learn the nutrition system, because it is kind of a bitch to get around. And knowing what types of food and whatnot. Oh, how do we fix that? I guess by deleting a tile. But can we do this without this, or we're gonna have to use... I guess there is no halves. Oh yeah, there is. There should be one that'll fit that perfectly. Okay, we're gonna have to do this manually. Okay, yeah, that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna try doing this manually. Stream's lagging. Constant buffers. Okay, yeah, that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna try doing this manually. I don't know. I'm not getting that on my own. It's hard to duplicate bugs with YouTube. Because everyone's stream will run differently. It's a big problem with it. Looks good now? Okay, well I changed a couple settings. Let me know if it starts doing something weird. I just kind of numbed down some of the streaming thing. I was trying not to lose any quality, but it doesn't seem like it affects it too much. Yeah, because I noticed I noticed that YouTube has this constant issue with OBS, at least when you'll set it to something that'll work, and then 2 weeks later it's back to not working again, and then you have to change it again, and then constant. It's moody. It's something that I've been fighting with for a while, and no OBS. I'm not like a god with OBS. I just kind of get it so that it functions properly, and then I just work from there. But yeah, it was receiving a lot of dropped frames, so I'm guessing it has something to do with my bitrate fucking itself. Yeah, just let me know. It might still do that on occasion. I'm too lazy to try to figure it out because it's gonna be a constant battle. Speaking of which, it's like I'm messing some of them streaming. Surprised this doesn't come up as reflective as fuck. Or you mean never mind? It's not good? Try reloading. I don't know, everything on my end seems okay. My bitrate's stable, which was actually an issue prior to me changing some of the settings. It was kind of flopping a little. Yeah, I'm not replicating that same thing. And even then, my OBS is actually stabilized. So I don't know what to tell you. And honestly, I don't have a whole lot of time to sit here and try to dick with this. I have like maybe 40 minutes max. So it's just going to be what it is. Sorry about the inconsistency with the stream, but that is probably on YouTube's end. Because even running internet stability tests and everything, I'm coming up okay. Well, that doesn't help me when... Nicole, I need your help. Yeah, see, I can't replicate that. I try my phone, I try everything else. I've even tried off of my own Wi-Fi and using data, and it's still showing up fine on my end. How's the stream, Nicole? I'm going to use you as a reference because I need another take. What I do? Savage is saying that my stream is buffering like a motherfucker. Okay. That's what I was kind of curious about, because my OBS is saying everything's okay. It's even dropped the percentage on its drop frames. Okay. But that's the thing, like, Savage isn't the only one that I've had comment on that in the past. I mean, granted, the last time someone said something about my stream buffering constantly was a while ago, but... I do notice that my OBS is kind of dicking sometimes. So it could be on my end. I don't know. I really don't. Maybe it's like a server. Maybe because I might be connected. Because I'm sure OBS jumps servers from, or YouTube jumps servers like local, which mine's probably pulling out of Chicago. Excuse me, I'm sorry. I know that came through the microphone. I just saw the fucking mic spike when I did that. Because now I'm going to be sitting here for the rest of the stream trying to dick with this. Here, what if I lower my bitrate a little bit and see how that runs? If it starts kind of acting funky, let me know. Yeah, because I'm not going to change that because constant bitrate is always the recommended. Thank you so much, deleted user. Constant quantization parameter. Okay, yeah. Because I can't replicate it, even being on data. Because that's the thing. I don't want to mess with OBS when I don't understand some of the ways that it works. However, I will target it down to 5,000 kilobytes per second just to see if maybe that helps with some of it. It'll probably stop with the drop, the massive drop in bitrate. So we'll try it that way, and if it seems smoother, then we'll run with it, but... Patriot! Do you like my shiny arm? Not a whole lot was done. We just shaded in the blade there. And then shaded the band on both ends. I got some of the inside band touched up. And then he just filled in some of the extra little triangles, which I see are kind of like already kind of faded, but like, I don't know. I don't really care. As long as my arm looks good. Sorry, I just wanted to show it off. Yeah, I'm sorry, Savage. I don't know why the stream's doing that to you. Alright, how about this, Patriot? How's the stream? Does it seem smooth? Constant buffering at all? Actually, I've been talking to the guy, and we're going to actually expand on this. We're going to drag it. I'm sorry, you're going to see my armpit. But we're going to probably wrap it all the way down my torso a little bit. Better now? Okay. I dropped my frame, or my bitrate a little bit. Hopefully that'll keep the streaming quality up. And I noticed that my drop frames have actually gone way down now. So by way down, it was at like 0.5%. Now it's at 0.3. So we'll see how that runs. Anyway, I'm going to knock this out here real quick. We're going to tile this in because I can't get the... I don't know if I'm going to run with this house. I'm just kind of seeing if I can do something fancy with it. By the depth of the ocean. Okay, Cthulhu lover. Yeah, sorry I was so late on stream today. I got caught in a Reddit post about the governor. The people, or someone was putting an appreciation, or a post on The Walking Dead's governor. On the comics or whatever, saying that the show had more depth, and then I was just putting in links to the Rise of the Governor book, which is amazing if you haven't actually read that, if you're a comic fan. And I can go on a ramble on that too, so I'm not going to go there. What was I about to look up? Oh yeah, that's right. Actually, we weren't going to look up anything. Oh yeah, we were. I don't really feel like trying to look through all my tile sets there. Yeah, let's do a brown roof for this house. I don't know what I'm going to do for the exterior, but I know the roofs are going to be brown. We can tile that in. Easy fix. Stop worshipping Pepsi. You don't know what they've done to me. I'm having traumas right now from it. No, it's gonna have to go like this. Oh, this wouldn't work actually, I don't think. Yeah, I don't think this is gonna work. Yeah, no, it won't. Because there is like a little internal piece. I lied. might be able to pull it off. Might is a big question here. Now, we won't be able to do that, so we're going to have to use the little tiny one that we just used. No, I won't be able to do it. I was right. Yeah, nope. Okay, back to the drawing board. Actually, what we can do is just get rid of that. That works. And then if we do dormer into it, it should slide right in without issue. Now, granted, it's always going to have an issue because these brown roofs are garbage. Not really. They require tiling. Ba-bam. Easy fix. Why, thank you. I was actually considering expanding it into my armpit. It gonna hurt. But it'll be cool. No, phone, stop listening to me. No one likes you. I don't know what part of that sounded like I said, hey, Google, but hey, you know, whatever. Whatever it wants to do. It wants to be a little bitch. I think it's necessary that we throw in a 2-story house in here. I mean, there was like a 2-story boom in the fucking 90s. All these subdivisions getting built. So then what we can do is a little... Oop, no, we want to do a half to the west. Oh, sorry, that was my bad. The slope faces west. We want east. No. That's... So if we're going to do something like that, what we need to do is come down here and just remove that. And then move that there, and then that there. And then we can kind of do something like that, but we're going to tile all that in. I don't know, people were also saying that the ditch was a bad spot to get a tattoo in. Oh, think of it the third, like, think of it the second one as well. But the, honestly, the outsides of the ditch is more sensitive than the actual ditch itself. But even then, it wasn't bad. It's the healing of the ditch is what's the worst part. Especially if you work in a job that you have to use your arms, because when you're healing your ditch, you're actually not supposed to move your arm that much. You're supposed to just keep it still. But I also got kind of fucked because I fucked myself technically because we did the ditch and the elbow about the same time, so both of those are healing. So there's like no way the arm can move without having issues with one or the other. Now, keep in mind, today's stream will be kind of shorter. I still have to shower and everything because I'm not going to shower immediately after getting this, but I'm going to hop in there before I go to bed. But we'll be on until about 9:30 my time. Shoot off a couple houses, and then I'm going to go take a quick shower and then head into bed. This week's going to be kind of fucked up with streams because I got a lot of shit I got to do at work, especially since the guy who's covering me didn't do anything that he was supposed to do, and I'm catching up again for like the 3rd week in a row because this dude sucks. I'm just gonna talk shit about the people who cover me, but they suck. Fucking what was I gonna do? Roof cap. That's what I was looking for. But okay, before we do that, we have to know what we're doing with the house. I don't know if I like this house anymore. It needs more depth. It needs more depth, and I'm trying to figure out how to do that. I mean, I could always... Oh. Fuck, that's not what I wanted to do. It doesn't like that. With another... Oop, I guess we'll tile that in too. Nah, I hate that. But then it just looks too flat like this. No, there's on the roof too. Okay, that's even worse. I actually fucking hate that. Okay, you know what? Sometimes you build things just to destroy, right? And I kind of like the living room. I am so bad at creating fucking 2-story houses. It's not even funny. That's why most of my houses are 1 stories. I mean, I do have the occasional 2-story here, like this, which worked out perfectly. The one here is a little iffy. It's not one of my favorites. I like this one. This one was a good one. The trim could probably use some work. I kind of don't like the double layer trim, but it's all right. But nothing will ever pale in everything pales in comparison to this. I don't know why I like this house so much, even though that I need to go back into it and finish up the trim. But I really do like that house. It's one of the better 2 stories. I also like this one too. This one's really nice. And this one's cool too. I don't know. I have a hard time with 2-story homes. This one looks shitty when I first built it, and then I did like a ramp because it was like one of my first 2 original houses I created for this map. I don't know. Like building 2 stories is kind of finicky. The first or the 1 stories. I mean, like granted, like I do have a rich neighborhood, but those are easy because you just have like a frame and then you can work off of it. I still think my favorite is this house here. That's the one in Nicole's kitchen. It's a nice house. Very nice house, especially the dining room setup that she designed. Chef's kiss. Sorry, Nicole, I'm gonna kiss your ass on that for a little bit. It's a beautiful home. One sec. I gotta get that stupid second skin out of my armpit here. Struggles. Yeah, I'm just gonna shoot off some 1-stories. It's just a lot easier to deal with, and you can just do it a lot quicker. I'll have some extra 2-story houses kind of here and there, but it's not gonna be a common theme in the map. Most of them are probably gonna be 1-story houses. Oh, sorry, guys. I'm sure annoying. Why do they use the same carpet? I hate having those next to each other like that. I mean, granted, it doesn't really matter because when you enter, it's going to be a little bit different. Floor, add floor above. It's not going to be brick on the outside. I mean, it might be. I don't know. I haven't thought about that yet. Ooh, yeah, definitely go do that. No, it's going to be vertical because it runs north-south. Oops. Over to the east. You know what? No, let's expand on this slightly. The fucking weird ass living room. Yeah, we'll figure out how to get it to work. Yeah, I guess that looks better than what it did. No, we're gonna put this like against the wall. And then get rid of the wall between the dining room and the kitchen. No, it's an open floor. I like open floors. Less walls, the better. Or if you're talking in kitchen terms. Less walls, the butter. Okay, I'm done. I'm sorry. I know that was fucking stupid. You want to play on this map already? Do you want to see what it looks like in 42? Yeah, honestly, today was meh. That's why I was happy that I made that fucking touch-up appointment because today was a good day for it. Oh, that was disgusting, and I hope to never do that again. Like, honestly, all I want to do right now is just curl up in my bed and go to sleep. But, I believe Patriot called something earlier that I meant to partake in. Oh no, it's just been a mad day. Like, honestly, like, I'm not sick, but I feel like I am. Too. Like, energy-wise. What are you saying no to? Probably why it takes me so long to make these things, so I'm over here distracted. Oh. So I talked to Kendachi on his Discord channel, and the next wipe, my map will be implemented into the server. However, because it won't be on Steam Workshop, you'll have to download. You have to put my map in manually, and I can show you how to do that. It's very simple. You just go to your users folder, where your Zomboid folder is. You're not ready? Well, it's okay. I got shits. I can partake. Okay. Totally gonna change a lot of these floorings. Like, the fucking dining room is disgusting. To keep consistent flow with my mapping, because otherwise, like, I'll fall into the same trope I was falling into, where I was just constantly playing Project Zomboid. Streams, if I can get like three-ish hours running the game, and then a couple hours to make a couple houses, that's what we'll do. So, like, obviously, I'm not gonna do like a 10-hour mapping stream. That's just that's a lot of focus. Oh, look, we can make it a couple's tub. 2 bath faucets and 2 shower heads. Kidding, I'm not gonna do that. That'd be stupid. Oh, and then another thing that the bathroom needs is a cabinet. All bathrooms need medicine cabinets. I just like to include those because, like, almost every bathroom I've been in has some sort of medical cabinet or cabinet where people can put stuff into. So just having a sink and no cabinets, like, there'd at least be a shelf in there or something, but they don't have shelves like that. Is this the kitchen? Like, why are you using a... Oh, no, that's the kitchen. Okay, we're going to flip-flop this. Oh, wait, no. Never mind. I take that back. The kitchen is going to be like that. I forgot I did that because the original way I had the house wasn't like this. It was... If I want to do another... Yeah, we'll do another one of these. And then what we'll do is we'll put a table. Use a black table. I think I already know what I'm going to do for the wallpaper. Or put the fancy chairs. Well, that's just because, like, when they originally made the Zomboid map, a lot of their houses are just duplicates of each other. It was always a risk-taking when you're doing that. But at the same time, like, if they had done detail like what I'm doing here on every one of their towns, like, you know how long it would have been it would have taken them to have implemented the map. They were looking more as like giving the player more looting options rather than variety and looks. Which is totally understandable considering that their team, when they were originally working, was actually much smaller. It's only expanded recently. And that's why I think they put a lot more details, because they had the manpower to be able to do it. Especially with Daddy Durky Dirk helping out in a lot of it. Daddy Durky Dirk is God. I'm sorry, that could be offensive to some people. But he's an insanely good mapper. Like, I one day aspire to be on that level. Oh, that's 42's lighting system. I've been excited to use 42's mapping. Or 42's game version on the map, because I already knew that it would just add so much spice with the new lights and whatnot. That's why I haven't really done a whole lot of work with lighting, because I figured when it gets dropped into 42 it'll look a lot better. Because 41's lighting was a fucking nightmare. Not really. It wasn't bad. It's just like it doesn't look like actual light bulbs. Now, granted, the darkness in 42 is a bit absurd. Like, nothing is ever total black like that, unless if you're, like, literally in a room with absolutely no light coming into it. Yeah, and unfortunately, we won't, and also we will never be able to see this, we won't be able to see this map actually in 41 with the new additions that I've added. That's why I haven't really, although I should probably do that at some point. During my playtesting on 42, I noticed that certain areas of this was kind of absurdly dark. Like this section right here could use some street lights, not a lot, just enough to be able to kind of give it like a glow, because obviously no town's gonna have absolutely no light post. That is a basketball hoop where the second level was deleted. Like this spot looked really good. Definitely use a couple street lights going down this way. A couple over here, and then maybe like one right here. Just to kind of give it like that you're in a neighborhood feel, because neighborhoods, even in town, have a lot of light posts around. I actually liked the blue lighting in 41 a lot, but it didn't glow the way that you wanted it to. Oh, the biggest part to 42 that I was really looking forward to was the lighting update. The least or the thing I was looking forward to the least, was the character noises. I hate the character noises. I wish I never added it. I get it for immersion, but like for player sanity, we don't need to hear the coughing and the sneezing constantly when you have a cold. Especially with how easy it is to get a cold in this game now. Like, if it was a little bit more difficult to actually get a cold in the game, then yeah, I could see it, but man, that shit's fucking brutal. It's just, achoo, achoo, cough. Like, jeez, dude, like, you're good. Like, don't die. This living room has a terrible setup. I just gotta throw that out there. I use that in so many of my maps, dude. It's not even funny. That is, I'm happy the mod or the mod author for more traits didn't add like an actual screaming noise. I would never use the trait again. But thank God there's that mod that exists that basically lets you individually mute every noise in the game, even if it is an absurd amount of fucking shit you can do. It's just like random shit too. It's like open sandbag. That is a volume slider. Or like butcher dead turkey. Like it's just something so specific. Instead of just butchering an animal and all animals butchering is under one slider. No, there's each individual thing on a slider, but it's nice being able to go through and then get rid of the Mel sneeze and the Mel cough so that you don't have to listen to it. Even though it does help a lot when you're dealing with like infected and shit. I'm trying to figure out how to... No, that's actually fine. We're going to leave the living room kind of bare. I don't tell people how to decorate their houses. Okay. We're going to keep it consistent. They all got their bed. Well, you know, I have a base to build and hordes to fight. Like, I can't exactly be inside all the time. Now, if I could, I would, but unfortunately, there's restrictions. I can't just be like, oh, I'm gonna spend the next like month inside until it starts getting warm. Because I do have enough food, I could do that. Like, I could legitimately just be like, okay, fuck this, I don't want to do this anymore, and then just chill in my base until fucking winter or summer hits. Thank you for the 4th like, by the way. But when I have... Oh, shit. Would I put that? Okay, put that over there. I was making sure I didn't put it over here. But when I have Horde Night every fucking other night, it just becomes difficult to not leave my house and be outside for extended periods of time to the point where my character gets sick. And I'm here I am just deflecting everything I'm saying, or deflecting everything to defend myself. But you know what? I stand by it. Actually, I think we put like a little flower on this thing. One of the flowers actually fits on this. I don't remember what it is. Bonsai tree? No. Bonsai tree doesn't fit on shit. That fits on it. Nice. Set the world on fire? What? Do you know how big my walls are? It requires a lot of logs. I can't just like move it one at a time or like stop. Like once I start something, I have to continue, even if it means putting my character into this tired, hungry mess of a human being. And correction, once you're exaggerating, you can't over-exaggerate. You're still exaggerating. And yes, I do exaggerate because I'm a dramatic person. I have to be. It's part of my personality. I'm not disagreeing. But I'm still saying my points are valid. Don't invalidate me. Makes me feel insecure. Actually, you know what we could do is we can move the TV over one. Like that. And then put like a little plant in the corner there. Just look pretty. Alright, I'm gonna change the walls up. I actually fucking hate the walls. Honestly, I'm just gonna leave the house as is. I think the house looks pretty decent. Under exaggerating. But Nicole, you gotta understand too, is that I do it for the tests. Someone has to test this. Who's better to test it than Mista Kleen? Even if my walls get breached and like 1,000-piece horde breaks into my house, at least I'll have an exit so I can get out of there and then clear it up. Because I'm going to keep some ammo stashed outside of the property just as backup. Because I already know that they're going to breach my walls. There's no way in hell I can travel across without one of them, or like a good group of them, fucking just tearing through it. That's why I think the best option, if we want to do it this way, is a metal fence. Oh, fuck. Should we... I want to test. I want to test. That's all I want to do is go into debug and just test something real quick. Like, if we were to weld metal fencing around us, if the zombies will break it like normal trying to get to us, like... kind of like they do with our constructed walls, where they'll just smack it till it just disappears, or if it'll act like an actual Zomboid fence. Oh, whoa. On my second skin, there's this air bubble, and it's like weird. Like playing it or playing with it. Okay, I'm gonna stop. I'm sorry. I'm getting hella distracted because Nicole's got me triggered. I say I'm exaggerating. I'm not exaggerating. Okay, I'm exaggerating, but... See, I don't know if I like that. It's whatever. We're just gonna like it just because it's one house. It's one house. Like, I'm not gonna put two lights right next to each other. It just looks weird. But I do want the fancy lamps. Okay, we have to go in and put in the individual lamps for that. Wait, what do you mean? Oh, Patreon, I'm also mainly joking. I'm not mainly. I am joking around. Like, Nicole is correct when she says that I choose to be outside by choice. I do. But it's because I'm not a homebody. I build a base, but I don't live in my base. Like, I'm usually out doing things, fighting zombies, because that's my favorite part of the game. Like, to the point where I actually neglect my character's XP and even hunger. Especially in multiplayer servers with nutrition on, I will literally just use skill journal and then just every time my character becomes underweight, kill him and then restart. That way I don't ever have to worry about getting his... I mean, granted, you lose stats, but you can always get your skills back through skill journal. Because, like, cooking and doing all that other stuff, the actual beef of Zomboid isn't so much about the zombies. Like, you're just living a life in a zombie apocalypse. That's the whole point. You're trying to get food, do all this. My goal is I want to turn it into a fucking combat game where I'm just fighting hordes in extremely dangerous situations. Like, my character, even if I spend a lot of time outside, he's always at risk just because of the fact that I'm throwing him in dangerous situations at all times. Like yesterday when I was driving max speed into a tree and then walked over to the crossroads thinking that was a good idea to go and pick up a car at. Like, I was actually going to be able to get into any of those cars to begin with without doing proper work and having a character that's equipped and ready to handle a situation like that. My character was tired as fuck. It was dark as hell outside, and there was a massive horde in the middle of the parking lot. They're all over the parking lot. So in no way was I in a winning situation there. It was just a chance. That's why you raided St. Peregrine yesterday? What were you there for? Were you there for the medical loot, or did you need a car? Because you crashed it. I think for the most part, I do a really good job driving in the game, even if I do drive max speed. But, like, you will never get into a max speed car and be safer. Because I have experience. 3,790 hours of experience driving cars into trees. And avoiding them after a while. Actually, no, we want to make the living room. I'm going to use darker tones for my entire house just because I like darker tones. They make me happy. Oh, speaking of which, you need to go through and then add grime to everything. Nicole! You still there? Did you get your tables? Oh, hello. Personally, I don't know if I could actually run. Don't be nice now. Hey, I said I agreed with you. Because by choice, I do spend outside. Actually, the whole reasoning why I built those walls to begin with is I want to watch zombies tear through it. Like, I already know they're going to. I have no hope in hell that this wall is going to hold 1,000-piece horde out. However, it's nice to test things. But I also want to get it done before the 1,000-piece hits. That's why my character's getting sick all the time, because I'm cranking at it trying to get it done. So do we have grime on everything? Cool, that's all that matters. Okay, so living room is already set. We just need to change the flooring out because I actually fucking hate this flooring. We're gonna use fancy flooring because fancy flooring is nice. So I'm gonna use the same flooring for the dining room, but the kitchen's gonna have the black tile. This one. Or is there a better one? There's a couple of them that are actually pretty decent for kitchen. That one's pretty decent. But I think I am going to go with that one just because it's more kitchen-y. I use this too much, but I'm going to use it again because I fucking love it. Who said that they hated it? Was it you, Nicole, that said you hated that wallpaper? The black floral print? This one here? I don't remember who said that they hated the wallpaper. But I love that wallpaper, especially if you mix it right with like certain floorings and the trims. Like, it can complement pretty nicely. I'm going to hit Control R so that stops happening. Although I really wish we can get rid of that. Just the room that I have is an open floor. Like, should just be highlighted. Okay. That wasn't you that said that you hated that wallpaper. Someone said that they hated that wallpaper. Was it Jake? It might have been Jake. Because someone said it and I go, that's funny because that's my favorite. It is my favorite. It is by far my favorite. Oh, apparently O is a zoom button. But like, I love it. It just looks so good. I do hate it in a lot of context, the way I've seen it used in some, or like just it being plain. But if you add the trim to it and then like a good flooring, it goes a long way. Dilemmas. Sorry, I just like to look at it. But one wallpaper I've been very fond of using lately is the complete black wallpaper. I don't know why I really like that one. Well, I do know why I like dark colors. Black is my favorite color. Well, not really. Cobalt blue is, but black is definitely up there. Mapping. What's up, Arcade? Thanks for the 5th like. Oh, wallpaper with trim was consumable. This. Mocha with milk on top. Sorry, I've been covered in too many mochas. I don't really like mochas anymore. Nicole, you just short-circuited my brain. Holy shit, it took me like 3 reads to fully read that in its full glory. Like, I'm sorry, my brain's like still kind of fried. We're gonna use gray for this one. But the first one, we're gonna just throw everyone completely off and use white. I'm probably gonna change that because I think it's gonna be shit, but you know what? I gotta try it. You don't know until you try, right? Right. Okay, so we're gonna use a white wallpaper for the bathroom. We're gonna add the trim after the fact. Use that. Like I said, I don't do this very often. However, I'm going to change some of the walls up here. Ooh, Arcade, if you're still there, you should totally see this map in 42, dude. It's beautiful. There's still a lot of updates I need to make on it. The zombie population map's fucked up because 42 changed their heat map stuff. So it's just like, it tries to spawn so many zombies that absolutely lags out the game. So you have to load in with like a really low population and then delete a bunch of zombies just to be able to see what the map. Installs a new one. No, man. Test tube brain. It's a step up from test tube baby. Yeah. Like I said, I knew I was going to hate that, but I had to try it anyway. Anyway, what I'm going to do with this wall, interior wall. So we're going to use one of the bathroom wall tiles, but we're going to just put it where the bathtub is. There. Now it looks like an actual bath and shower. Extra organs. Yeah, I mean, overall, just keep it like this. It's fine. Not too picky. There's one that actually includes the corner pieces. Yeah, it's a really weird separation, but once we put like the actual trim in. So here's the dilemma. One allows the piece above a door, and the other one allows the corner piece, but you can't have both. Dilemmas. But it's fine. This is what we do. Trim. It's not trim, it's under detailing. At least I thought it was under detailing. Oh, it is. It's just... that threw me off. Ba-bam. Do it. When you rework the map, like, are you just implementing it into the existing, or are you just like, well, I mean, obviously you are, but do you ever like take buildings though and just replicate them and then change them up? I never messed with the actual rework of it existing. I've actually never implemented anything in a Zomboid yet, at least. I'm gonna do it for this town so we can put on a Kendachi server, but it's not gonna be released on Steam, so I'm gonna have to see how he feels about that. He's down to add it. Just I don't know if everyone's gonna be down to have to go into or download a separate mod to be able to play on it. Because I won't be releasing this on Steam unless if I can do it privately. Change it. Oh, okay. But it's still a long ways to go. I still have to fix the fucking zombie population, which is the bottom of my priorities right now with anything to do with this map. It's under cap. Oh no, it's under wall. Forgetting shit. Where's under roofing? It's roofing. Never mind. My bad. And I think it's under... Oh, it's right there. Nice. I used to run with a gun store mod for Rosewood, but I stopped using it once when I added grapeseed as a constant fixture in my map, because there's like fucking 2 hunting stores, or there's a hunting store, a gun shop, and the ammo factory. So I was like, okay, if I put one in Rosewood, it's just gonna be cheap. Granted, I could use it honestly because of Horde Nights and Calm Before the Storm stuff, but it's all good. Oops. See, that's why we put things on the right tile. Kevin. Yeah, I'm ripping on myself. Oh, we still need to add the lights there. Good thing I looked. Oops. This is not what we wanted. It's a simple yet sophisticated house. Not really. It's just super simple. And it took me over an hour to build it. Always good time. Good. Nope. I need to re-enable my objects so I can actually place objects. But yeah, that should be proper now. And then also I need to put lights into the actual house, because otherwise that's going to be kind of awkward. Put the light there. Put the light there. It's big enough. I'll add an extra light. B05E. Building cropped to minimum. Lighting outdoor. Save, and then we're going to drop it in the map. Oh, that's not the right building. 1 sec. Well, this is the building. I was like, that was a lot smaller than I remember. It's because it wasn't the right building. And then we'll adjust the positioning of this later when I get everything kind of fenced in. Unfortunately, I do have to hop off because your boy's got to work. Not sure what tomorrow's stream. It should be a longer mapping stream, probably. Maybe we'll just play some Mista. I'm not totally positive, but we'll definitely get around to streaming tomorrow, probably. But I still got shit to do before I go to bed. Oh, and Riverside. I thought you were talking about Rosewood. I'm sorry. Nah, Riverside could use a gun store sometimes. Just something small. Like one of those underground ones. Just like just a couple things. Or a hunting store. That'd be kind of cool. They could put like one of those like the shop in Phallus Lake. They could do something like that. Where it's like kind of like a half hunting store. But anyway, good night, guys. Thank you for joining. Back to work almost 10 a.m. here. Oof. All right, good night, guys. You have a good rest of your day, night, whatever it is for you. And I'll see you in the